Hey everybody, Run to Street 42 here with another Warframe gameplay, and today we're going to be checking out the Hydroid frame. It has been reworked and changed, starting with its abilities. Two major abilities that have good synergy and combos are the Tempest Barrage and the Undertow, your first and third ability of this frame. Really good, and a few cosmetic changes that occur were for the Tentacle Swarm. Now the head of a beast pops up wherever you launch it. Unfortunately, this big rework of Hydroid doesn't feel like a complete rework since all his abilities are exactly the same, and the only thing that has changed visually is the fact that the water looks more realistic and it isn't a puddle of energy, which I really appreciate. It's really cool. And the fact that Tentacle Swarm now has a Kraken head or whatever that is pops out wherever you activate the ability. Unfortunately, if it was a good or a actual rework of the frame, we would probably see a different aspect of its abilities, or some abilities actually changed. But all of them all of them stay the same, and the only thing that has been changed from him is just cosmetic wise what you see. It would be great if the beast, when you use Tentacle Swarm, actually grabs your enemy that's grabbed by the tentacles and eats it. That was a suggestion that my friend Kuyadi mentioned. That would have been really awesome. And when that occurs, when the beast eats you, it would count like a crit. That would be really cool. But unfortunately, it's just there to stare at people. It doesn't do much at all. The ability just does what it always done. So let's take a look at how these abilities work with level 100 enemies. One thing to keep in mind is he may have received a few buffs in regards to reduction of range, so everything is more centralized and does more damage. It's not spread out and does less damage because it can miss people. But he still isn't, as powerful as he should be. So other frames might be recommended above Hydroid. It's all about how you use your frame. And Hydroid has become more of a CC class, well, CC frame, sorry. So it highly deals with a large amount of enemies. So what CC means is crowd control. It controls the crowd, it brings them together and does damage to like an area of effect. So we're going to check them out. We're going to summon first easy enemies that can easily be destroyed, since I am using the augment mod. Two augment mod actually. One is just personal benefit, and the other one is actually for the combo. So Pilfering Swarm is an augment mod you could get for Hydroid. I'll mention where you can get that in the description below, since I can't really think of it right now. It is pretty early in the morning. So what Pilfering Swarm does is that... Oh no, this is a different one, but okay. This disregards tentacles. This is my preference one. It's personal preference. It just increases drop rate, so no big deal. It's good for farming enemies, and it's great for survival, by the way. But what really makes everything interesting, which I seem to not have it here. Okay, that's probably why it didn't do much damage. It's here. It is called the Corroding Barrage. This one is amazing. This one, it gives your first ability, the Tempest Barrage, a 100% chance to inflict corrosive status effect. So you're doing corrosive damage to them. You're giving them corrosive, the status, while also damaging them with the ability. So it's pretty cool. And the other one I have is just heals allies. So both of my mods I had on it were just preference. But using Corroding Barrage, I might see a difference. Let's see. Let's check it out. The weapons don't really matter at this point. They're both weak as balls. So we're going to check it out. And we're going to summon the three, not Bombards, they kicked my butt. The Ancient Healers at level 100. Here's the level. So we're going to give this a shot, and we'll see how it works. I should pause them so they won't really move around, but these guys could kill me. If I'm not here, see? Look at that. See? They don't play around. They can't kill me, so they're not suckers. They're going to pause the AI so they don't move away, and we're just going to damage them. The point of this is damaging. So they're all right there. They won't attack me because they're just frozen. We stick them in. This guy's going to come in as well. And we're going to use Corrosive Barrage. Huge shout out to Magamu when I saw this. Really cool. Alright, they're all dead. Pretty impressive, right? Well, it's corrosive damage. It does lots of damage to a lot of people. We have a guy over there. And another thing I need to mention, besides augmentations and stuff, a cool new rework, besides the all the you know, water actually looks like water right here, is that you're able to use your tidal surge while you're underwater. You know, while you're using undertow, which is new. We didn't have that before. And you're able to pull enemies in, like I just did when I pulled those two in. So, undertow, and your fire button, pretty much. You look at an enemy, you click your fire button, and you pull them in. That's something new that wasn't really in you know, Hydroid, and it's pretty awesome that they added it. It makes the frame a little bit more fun to play, in my opinion. And notice how the undertow did not kill this guy. The only thing that did kill this person here, the infested, was when I used the corrosive barrage. So, is corrosive barrage like necessary to play Hydroid? Not at all. Hydroid's the main point of Hydroid is just to keep the enemy at bay and kill them all at once. What's really cool is that you can actually kill enemies that are in your undertow. I've yet to test that, so take that with a grain of salt. It's what I've heard, and when you hear stuff from people that you haven't tested, there's a chance that it could be wrong. So what I've heard is that you can actually kill the enemies that are in your undertow. So if they're inside your puddle of water, your allies could shoot at the puddle of water and kill them. I'm not sure if that works. That's what I've heard. But that was the we just tested the ancient healers. We're gonna go now to everyone's favorite Grenier, the Bombards, not the corrupted ones, because that's not a Grenier, that's a corrupted. So we're going to go and test 10 of them. We're not going to make him Eximus because I'm a wimp. So we're going to go and test these guys. We're going to use the same tactic. We're going to undertow, which is our third ability. We're going to use our first ability, Corrosive Barrage, on these guys. And they should do some massive damage. We have 312, 808, 1,000, 3,000, 4,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 12,000 damage. Wow. Alright. That's pretty impressive. And these guys are jerks, so that's pretty strong. Now we're going to do one more thing with him. And also, if you have any questions, please feel free to tell me in the comments below about, you know, any questions you have about Hydroid. We're going to now go to Corpus, since we tried to infest it in there. The worst Corpus, in my opinion, I don't think it's the Ambulus. There's two of them. Let's see. First, we're gonna do the. Well, I can't even think of their names, to be honest. I have to see it. Two very, very annoying ones. It's not the Auditor, and it's these guys, these Daedalus, but it's the one that's more common. First, we're gonna get the Bursas, because God, I hate the Bursas. And Bursa. Here we go. Everyone hates Bursas. Which is the worst? I think it's the Denial one. We're going to do 5 of these Denials. And we're going to... It's not this guy. Oh boy, I don't have him unlocked. That's a shame. Well... I guess we're going to put just Ambulus. Well, no, Corpus Tech. A lot of people hate Corpus Tech. I hate Corpus Tech. Put some Corpus Tech. We're going to do 10 of them. These guys will probably spawn in a different spot, so I screwed it up. So Tech. 10 Corpus Techs. And now some Bursas. Denial. 5 of them. And we're going to simulate them. Alright, there they are. The others are over there. We're going to look at the Bursas first. They're all right here. Wow, look at that. Alright, sink them in. And let's use Corrosive Barrage. This may not work because it's, yeah, that's in the way. But it's doing some pretty good damage. Getting 1,500 on these guys. Wow, the Corpus Techs were just destroyed. The problem now is the wall is covering them, so I can't do much. So we're going to get this a legion of Corpus Techs. I'm going to blast them with Corrosive Barrage. And then we're going to use our Pilfering Swarm as well. Well, not Pilfering Swarm, our Final ability. Okay, they got freaking mauled here. All right, that takes care of them. Some pretty good damage. And now these guys here. We're gonna. Oh, we have bombards. Let's use our 4th ability, the Tentacle Swarm. And there's our buddy. Man, let's mix that up with the barrage. So I'm pretty sure. No, he's still alive. So it's not. I don't see much benefit in using this. The only benefit that does present itself here when using your Tentacle Swarm is that it stops enemies from attacking you because they're stuck in the swarm, which is good for choke points. But Undertow is also good for choke points. So big question here, and an answer follows. What and where is a good time and place to use Hydroid? My personal opinion, I would say that you could use Hydroid in a defense that deals with either, well, all factions, to be honest. A defense, just make sure you have yourself a Frost as well to protect the the pod. Sorry, I'm going to say core, but a good Frost or a good frame that can protect the the pod. And Hydroid's good to place in choke points where a lot of enemies will be coming. You use Undertow or your Tentacle Swarm to deal with all of them at once. If by chance the enemy passes through the snow globe or whatever you use to protect the pod with, you could use Tentacle Swarm, since it's not a massive ability that spreads everywhere. It's in a centralized zone, which is good. I like that, because last time you had to. Well, last time you really had no choice. It was all spread out everywhere. Here, it's wherever you aim, the tentacles appear, which is great. You could use him for choke point related things, or to defend the pod if it's under attack. For other modes such as survival and mobile defense, I would say for survival, I wouldn't really see much use of him there. If you have the augment mod for pilfering, well, the augment mod for Tentacle Swarm called Pilfering Swarm, it's good because you get more drops from the enemies you killed with that ability. But in regards to Hydroid in general, it depends your party composition, the people who are with you. As for survival. As for mobile defense, let's see. Undertow is good if you don't have a Frost or you don't have a frame that could protect the system when you're defending it. Even a Volband, if you don't have a Volband, this is good to protect it because you can use, again, Tentacle Swarm if they're close, or if you use your Undertow at a centralized choke point where everyone's coming in. Because lots of frames, there's always going to be an area in the room where a bunch of enemies are coming through, and then another area there's less enemies, so there's always one point. If you could find that point and use Undertow, you're going to have a lot of enemies in there, and you could annihilate them with your barrage. Let's see here. We have one guy here left. What ability have I not used? Well, we could go underwater using Undertow. We could Tidal Surge and go move around in the field. We could click our fire button to pull the enemies into the Undertow. We can use our 4th ability while we're in Undertow. I didn't mention that, but there it is. It's pretty deadly. And we can use a Corrosive Barrage while Undertow. You can do everything while you're in Undertow. So, is this a good rework for Hydroid? It is. It is. It makes it more. It gives it more accessibility. You can do more things now than before. Last time you could only use one ability at a time. Now you can use all abilities while Undertow, which is great. And the water actually looks a little bit more like water this time. I really love the fact that you could pull enemies into your Undertow. That makes it a lot of fun. So, should you get this frame if you don't have it yet? To be honest, I don't know if I should recommend it to you or not. It's fun. So if you want a frame that's fun, Hydroid is definitely a good pick for you. But if you want a frame that's very effective and high end game, there are other frames you could use that could really help you out. One, for example, is Equinox. It does really good damage to every enemy that's in your area with one of its abilities. But yeah, this is Hydroid. If there are any, like I said, if there are any questions about this frame that I have not answered, or went over in this video, by all means, let me know in the comments below. If there is a way I can improve this video as well, leave me your feedback. This is my first time ever visiting a frame that has been reworked, I believe, this extensively. But yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Renus342, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.